that's what it's about. Like, find people who are going to challenge you to look good, and
Right.
keep egging you on to be better. Welcome back to the Men's Adventure Fiction podcast. It's another good day to be talking men's adventure fiction. In fact, it's always a good day. I think, what was it you were saying at the coffee shop? You were like, you're here for your coffee, but what you're really here for is men's adventure fiction. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
So we're bringing the men's adventure fiction to you, no matter if you're ready for it or not. We're here today to talk about something very near and dear to us. You may be able to tell from how we're dressed up. But lay it on him, brother.
Yeah. So this is a topic we recently, one of the things we're talking about here is fitness. This is another topic that is a lifestyle discussion we're going to get into, where the books, they go beyond the page. The characters, they come and bleed into our real lives, and we see what can we take to become a better version of our own selves that we've drawn inspiration from this genre of men's adventure fiction. And that, for both of us, Nathaniel and myself, absolutely is fashion. Like, we style and fashion is such an important
Sure.
aspect of both of us, and I know both of us have definitely found our roots in the genre itself as far as why and the reasoning behind it. Because it's, and we'll get into it, but it's so much more than just looking good. It's about like respect for yourself, about an image. The way you put it, Nathaniel, about dressing for the job you want to have, that's so cool. I can't not think of that anymore. When
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, yeah, if I want to be this men's adventure fiction hero, I have to have some respect. I got to dress like it. And that's why and again, iron sharpening iron. Great to have a brother like you, where it's like, dude, if I'm going to get coffee at like 9 in the morning for my family and stuff, doesn't matter. I'm not wearing sweatpants out there. That was always a rule. But I used to be okay with jeans. Now that I know Nathaniel, I'm like, no, 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 slacks are coming out, baby. I can't go out in public without slacks. So like, it's so fun to just, I don't know, have that friendly competition and push ourselves, because now
Yeah,
I'm just,
dude.
what do we get out of it? We're better looking dudes. We're just better dressed dudes. I guess
Always
not better looking,
dressed.
but better dressed dudes.
Well, and I mean, we talked about this too in the Q&A thing. It's like, if you, I think the question was like, how are you so effortlessly cool? And it's like, you gotta dress for the occasion. You know what I mean? Like you're doing this stuff, and it is true. Like, if you put you in like a trash bag, you're gonna look less good than if you're suited up and looking handsome. So it
Right.
is, you are, depending on what you wear, you can look better. So I think there is something to it, and I think it's also too, like, when you're able to get yourself in clothes that make you feel comfortable and make you feel confident, then that's gonna exude off of you as well. But yeah, we'll talk more about that as we get into it. But let's talk about this. Like, you want to start us off? You want to break it down? I think we're gonna go, not maybe specific characters that inspire us, but also we're gonna kind of do like aspects of each of them, and it may be a little broader into maybe their occupation, stuff like that. But you can start us off. Take us away.
Okay. Yeah, I can. A lot of people don't want to wear suit and tie. Things like what we're wearing right now might be a bridge too far for certain people.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about a character I think is great inspiration for like more rugged but put together. This is an adventurer character. This is Patrick O'Malley from High Road to China. If you guys haven't seen that, do a quick Google search real quick and check out.
Perfect.
Played by Thomas Magnum himself.
Hell yeah, dude. Our
Tom
hero.
Selleck. Tom Selleck is the man playing Patrick O'Malley, and he's a former pilot. He's got this sick, like leather. It's not quite a trench coat. It's just a longer
Yeah.
kind of aviation leather, brown leather jacket. He's layering up, so when he takes that off, it's a button up with a rolled up sleeves with the Henley popping out from underneath. So
Dude,
the way he layers is sick, and he's got suspendies on with that.
let's go.
Dude's legit. So I guess let's talk a bit about that. When you're thinking adventure clothes, like this has to be durable. I'm not going to go out there and like in what you're wearing now. Like I'm not going to go out into the
Right.
woods and stuff like that. So what is that type of outfit like for you? What do you what comes to mind for you when we're thinking like adventure, rugged?
Well, I mean, that's such a perfect example, dude. The rolled up button up with the Henley underneath. Like, I think
Yeah.
that that's too, like, layering, dude, and also keeping it. It's just so classic and classy, and you've got so many different layers and levels there. But there's nothing like a bomber jacket of some kind, dude.
Right.
And that's like very practical if you're flying, for one. So it is kind of hard. Like, oh, I can only wear my bomber jacket like 3, 4 months out of the year. But dude, when those months are around, rock that bad boy.
Right.
You got to have a jacket rotation going there. Like, you got the bomber jacket, wear it at least once a week. Maybe you got like a long great coat or trench coat type of thing. Slip that in there. We'll get to that later. Don't you worry. But I think that that's what it's about. Like, it's like he's ready for the adventure. He needs that up there because he's cold. He's also going on a crazy adventure. You never know what he's going to need. So he's got the layers. He's got what he needs for every occasion. Gets hot, takes off the jacket. Gets even hotter, he takes off that button up, and he's just going with that Henley undershirt, which is a sick look. I mean, Charles Bronson in the original Magnificent Seven is chopping wood in a
Yeah,
Henley
dude.
undershirt, and there's nothing cooler than that, dude. So badass.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. He's going on this mission. He could wear whatever, but it's that extra. And I get it's a movie, but stick with me, guys. This is real life things we can apply to it. It's like you can go to work dressed however, but you could also go standing out and like wearing stuff that's like everyone looks at you and is like, dude, that you gotta put extra care into what he's wearing.
Yeah, for
And it's
sure.
not always gonna be comfortable. Like especially at first, dude. I remember I got so funny stories. I got best dressed in high school,
That's
but that
awesome.
does not go over well when you first start dressing well in high school, dude. The amount of people who thought I was gay for one, and then the second thing was just like making fun of like, are those dress shoes in his school? Yeah, those are dress shoes, you know. And so,
Yeah, dude.
but the point is like, if you have this desire to like, oh, I wish I could dress better, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get judged. You gotta let that go to the hay. Like you'll get that for maybe 3, 4 days, and then people are not gonna mention it
Yeah,
again. Like
for
they
real.
just have better things to do, and then it's gonna become more natural. Like the first time I started wearing suits, very unnatural. I don't know if it was the same way for you, but it felt very uncomfortable. Like I was playing dress up, especially
Right.
with how young I was. It didn't even make sense. I shouldn't have been in suits. But there's certain pieces like this hat. Even like I was at first like, is this gonna work for me? I don't know. And if it wasn't for you, Nathaniel, I probably wouldn't have gotten one.
Dude.
But you'll get more comfortable. So have the confidence. Yeah, break. You know, don't be afraid to break barriers. Try new things. Like
Let's go.
to try new pieces. Because the confidence aspect is gonna it's like it goes in tandem, dude. If you take that leap, then boom boom boom, you just like jumped up in your level of confidence tenfold because you're gonna walk around confidently in this piece. Now people are gonna see you as a trendsetter, as someone who stands out.
Yeah.
You'll have a different presence about you, which is very no matter what you do, it's important to have somewhat of a level of respect from the people around you. So
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
my 2 cents.
for sure. Also, to even to the point of like saying like, it's true. As soon as you start dressing nice, people are like, "Are you gay now?" And
Yeah.
it's sad because the state of men dressing well is like the only men who care about how they look are usually gay men, which is not how it should be. Everyone should care about how they look. You should, I mean, to like Luke said earlier, when you reading these books, watching these movies, paying attention to these characters, you know that they're taking time to get dressed, to look sharp, to be ready for whatever occasion arises. I mean, this example of Patrick O'Malley is very much a practical thing, but it's also like he looks badass. There's no way he doesn't know that he looks good, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I think that that's kind of what it is. It's like there can definitely be some discomfort. You look like, oh, are you just trying to like cosplay a Indiana Jones or a
Right.
1940s like pilots? Like, no, dude, I'm dressing cool because there's a legacy of badassness that's behind this. Like, there's a reason why Henleys, button-up shirts, and flight bomber jackets have been top sellers for hundreds of years now. Well, I guess not hundreds because people haven't been flying bombers for hundreds of years, but since their inceptions, these things have been just taking the world by storm. Um,
Right.
I mean, and this is the thing too. All of these are versatile pieces. Like you can throw One of the first pieces of gear Luke talked about was an unstructured blazer, dude. You could throw that on top of that rolled up shirt, and it's a totally different look. So I think it's like pieces like this that's awesome, and heavy duty stuff that is ready for an adventure. You can't beat it.
Sick. Well, that was a great talk for Patrick O'Malley. I think
Yeah,
he's
dude.
got his due. He'd take us to the next character. We'll keep this thing rolling.
So the next character, I'm gonna go a little crime here, a little
Okay.
mafia actually, which is why these hats are perfect, dude. I remember you said you were watching The Godfather, and everybody's wearing
Yeah,
these
everyone
hats.
was wearing one of these.
But I'm gonna go. I'm not going the Godfather route. I'm actually gonna go the Mafia game, Mafia 2 specifically for Vito Scaletta, dude.
There we go.
Such good games. I mean, you could even say it's Tommy from the first one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. You could. Tommy's dressed. I mean, he wears one of these when he's doing the taxi driving, dude. It's
Yep.
just so sick. So I think the mafia aesthetic, the vibe, wearing a suit, wearing a tie. I actually have a post on Instagram where it's like me in a shirt with
The best.
no, I'm wearing just like a regular button-up shirt, and I've got like a leather jacket on. And you swipe to the next one, I'm wearing like a suit and a tie. And you swipe to the next one, I'm wearing like a whole suit and a trench coat and a fedora. And the caption was like, 1 week after playing Mafia 2 weeks,
Nice,
3 weeks.
nice.
And that's what's so sick about the game is you start out as Vito, and you're in this like really cool leather jacket that kind of has like a Sherpa lining and a button-up shirt, and you look like a badass. And then as you become more of a made man, you get more into the family, you start doing more crime, taking things over. You just get nicer and nicer threads. So I think that the mafia, dude, rooted in 1940s to 1950s Americana, so classic. You're in the city, so you have it like literally from the lowest of the low, which is just like a white tank and a pair of trousers and probably like a bottle of beer. and
Yeah.
even that, dude, I feel like there's a pretty solid argument for a white tank being the classiest like thing that
Yeah,
doesn't
dude.
have a collar. Yeah, dude, look
Got it.
there, he's rocking it because it is so connected with that. Like you see it, and you're like, dude, this guy might be an Italian mafia guy. Like if he's got like slick back hair,
Right.
he looks kind of like a darker skin tone, like he's an Italian. You're like, dude, this is the mafia, dude. Like I gotta watch out what I'm saying around this guy. And then you go up to like a leather jacket, dude. I remember watching the Mafia 2 trailer when it first came out when I was a kid, and there's a scene with him with a Tommy gun and the leather jacket, and he's just gunning people down. And it's like, dude, I literally went because it's got like the Sherpa on the collar or some sort of white on the collar. I literally
Yeah.
went and tried to find one because I needed one because I needed that popped collar look, just so badass. And then I think it's hard. I'd be hard pressed to say the Mafia's got the best suits, but they do know what they're doing in the suit department. So they just
Yeah,
got
Italian suits are crazy.
yeah, they got so much covered, dude.
Yeah, man. The Mafia games, I don't remember the outfits for sure as well, but the Vito Scaletta character, I remember being just amazing. I loved that game so much,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Mafia 2 was always my number 2 favorite game behind Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah,
Growing up,
that's a
I
good call.
loved it. But yeah, to your point, like they are when you need to when you need to like really take a step up and dress your classiest, take note and take inspiration from them because I mean, think about if you look at think about the world and what they were trying to communicate that they're a part of. They needed to command respect. They needed
Yeah.
to show, power, all that kind of stuff. Like everything was purposeful. They really wanted to, take pride in what they wore because they had pride in their family and they were doing business dealings. It all had a purpose.
Right.
And so for you as well, if you're dressing nice and there's an occasion, whether it's, business related or you got a wedding, take note and then you'll kind of, you'll 100% stand out in this day and age, even with few minor tweaks, dude. Like that's what I always think about. Casey is the one who got me into suspenders because there was just a day he
Yeah, dude.
came over wearing a white, like just a classic button up white, kind of open. You could see his tank and he had suspenders on. And I was like, dude, this outfit without the suspenders is just so normal. It's just, he's a white button up with pants, like nothing
Yeah.
special. But he put the suspenders in it, and I was like, dude, this is so sick looking, and it stands out so much because it's just not what we do anymore. You know,
Right.
just off just a little bit for that makes you double take, and you're like, that's sick. And so I think about that when you're dressing up, don't just dress like everyone else is dressing. Add the flower in the lapel or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah.
add the cufflinks, or add the suspenders. There's little things you can do that you take. That makes me think of Mafia too.
Yeah.
Like when you were saying, when you get more money and you start going to the tailor or whatever, and it's like you get these pieces that just stand out a little bit more. You know, get the trench coat. That was
Right,
another
dude.
one for me. I was very uncomfortable wearing a trench coat at first, but now I love that bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm always rocking the trench coat.
There's a shot in the Fighting Hard a Man trailer of you
Yeah,
walking in the trench coat. It's probably my favorite shot in the whole trailer. It's so
that's
badass.
awesome.
Um, and to that point, yeah, dude, I think, so a great coat is a double-breasted overcoat that has epaulets or
Okay.
some sort of something. And I got one from my grandfather, who passed away like 10 years ago now, and it is fire, dude. It's so sick. The problem is, it works perfectly over a suit and tie, and I usually wear like a suit to church every week. But my wife is very warm blooded, so she's always got the heat kicked to full. So the
Mm-hmm.
only real time I have to wear it is Sunday mornings on the way to and from church, and I would die in the car with it. So I've been trying to manufacture reasons to just wear it because it is so cool. I mean, there is nothing. And like I said, it is that progression, dude. If you put on some sort of trench coat, some sort of overcoat, and you got a suit underneath, and then you got a badass hat on top, dude, it is. And this is what's cool is that this will come up later too, because fashion has really been trending back towards the 1920s to 50s, which is really sick. I mean, if you look at the cuts of suits we've gone from in the past 5 years, very like slim fit, almost skinny suits, to very like more baggy, a little like wider legged, fuller cuts that really give you that vibe. I remember, I think it was end of 22, I started playing Mafia 1, and it was at the same time that I was seeing on Instagram all these guys wearing like baggier pants, like wider leg pants, more full cut, getting away from the skinny. I was like, I don't know if I'm not sure I like this. And then I'm playing Mafia, the definitive edition, and he's going around there and he's got like high waisted trousers that
Yep.
give a little more room for the legs. I'm like, okay, maybe
They're
these
onto
guys are
something
onto
here.
something. Yeah, maybe I need to embrace the mafia here. So I think it's stuff like that. And then my favorite, this is going to sound like not super men's adventure fiction, but it is. You got to find inspiration from stuff. But there's a guy on Instagram. He is an Italian fashion designer, and he has some of the most fire fits I've ever seen. Very much harkens back to, I mean, he's Italian. He literally lives in Italy, and he's doing the thing, just being smoking cigarettes, walking around, chilling out in double-breasted suits and t-shirts. He's just got incredible
It's
content. His
amazing.
name is I think it's Gerardo Cavaliere, and his brand is Sartoria Gioliva. So check him out. I'll link it below because I literally like probably once a month at least I pull up his Instagram to look through and see like, all right, I've got jackets that kind of look like this that'll fit this vibe. I've got to try and like implement this in my own personal style because it
Yeah.
really just screams mafia, dude. Like, and it's so sick. I love it. I love it.
And yeah, don't get it twisted, guys. You're thinking like, if you think that's weird to like, oh, I'm gonna go find guys to like Patrick O'Malley. I'm gonna go dress like this guy. Guess what? People in the '60s who looked sick were watching Sean Connery and being like, "What should I buy?" You know, and they were
Yeah.
looking at those outfits and they picked up on style. Like these guys were style icons for a reason. You're James Dean. You wear a white T-shirt. And all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, dude, white T-shirt."
Dude, why did
That's
I think?
classic. Why didn't I think of that one? And now you just got kids rocking white T-shirts everywhere. It's like there's this is just how it goes. Like there are people who are really good at fashion. They understand it better than me. That's why I don't try to make up my own outfits
Right.
sometimes. I'm just like, you know what? I got to find something. I love Pinterest. People, again, are like, that's weird. That's for girls. Not really. I go on Pinterest and I'm like, looking at outfit inspiration. You find different pieces and you're like, dude, I can make that outfit. And then boom, someone who's an expert at that has done
Yeah.
the work for you. and you just get to reap the benefits of looking sick.
100%. And to be clear, the thing that's not super men's adventure fiction that I was gonna say that I feel like people would think is that I have a favorite fashion designer. Like I say that to my wife all the time, or like I'll be talking with somebody like, yeah, who's your favorite fashion designer? And everybody's like, this is not really like fitting the vibe that I'm getting from you at all. I'm like, dude, I like clothes. You gotta
Dude, think
look
about
good.
yeah, think about that's why I think you and I appreciate Guy Ritchie so much is he 100% gets it that this
Oh
is
yeah,
all tied into men's adventure fiction. This is all tied
for
into
real.
being the comprehensive man, being the true classic gentleman. And that's what is annoying about this time period is like, dude, back in the day, people cared about how they dressed, as you said. People took pride. You go to a baseball game, they're wearing suits. Look at Captain Hockland.
Yeah, dude.
Like, bro, buttoned down, ready to go, and he's just going
It's
on
what it
adventures.
is.
Like,
I mean,
you,
even Indiana Jones, his adventure pants are literally a
yeah,
pair of slacks.
right,
So it's like it is. I think that something is innately in us that needs to be fed in this arena. Like you can be the biggest badass of all time, and you can be a very like attractive man, but you will be significantly less attractive to other people if you aren't taking care of how you look, if you're not dressing for the occasion. And not that our goal is to like be attractive to other people. I don't
right,
You shouldn't necessarily care what other people think, but you also do. I mean, these characters that we love, think of any number of them. They have charisma about them. They have things that push them to the front in leadership.
right.
They're people that you want to follow, and it's because not only do they have these badass skills of knowing how to use firearms, knowing how to fight people, having incredible endurance and fitness and understanding like tactical thoughts, they also are someone that you look at and you're like, all right, this is someone that I'd follow. And that starts from the threads, dude.
Perfectly said. I think that's actually the perfect segue into this next one we're going
It
to talk
sure
about.
is.
James Bond. Let's just get him out of the way. How are we not
Seriously.
going to bring him up in this conversation?
You
James
can't
Bond
get
is
away from him.
the pinnacle of men's adventure fiction style, and that's he's a great bridger. He's a great bridge as well, where it's like if people are uncomfortable and like, why do I care about fashion? Well, do you like James Bond? Because if you do, there's a fashion is a massive part of that character. It's
Yeah.
unavoidable when you're looking at that character.
Dude, it
Which is something you
literally
want to say?
sets trends. I
Yeah.
remember the Henley shirt that we talked about with Patrick O'Malley. It has very much come out of vogue recently. Like a lot of people, it was super popular in the early 2000s, and then a lot of people didn't like it, and then all of a sudden they were saying it gave too much of like a broy vibe. Like, oh, it's got buttons, so men are now wearing it instead of like a collared shirt, and they look like schmoes. Um, I disagree wholeheartedly. I think that the Henley is earned its spot in fashion, and it's incredible. But, dude, No Time to Die comes out, and in one of the coolest outfits in history, the tactical Bond, dude, with the
Yep.
suspenders and the Henley, and then that military sweater, just absolutely skyrockets the Henley back to fame. And so that's
Yeah,
like
dude.
that, and then to the suit cuts. I mean, everything. Bond just has it covered, dude.
And he's the exact example of this whole idea that we're surrounding of like you're a walking business card, whether you like it
Yeah.
or not. Like, dude, you every time someone sees you, you're making an impression on them. And you get to tailor that to however you want to be seen if you take the care and the time to like button yourself down and wear something that makes you stand out. If you just wear baggy, shorts and a football shirt like everybody else, like you're gonna blend in, and it's not gonna be the same, and it's fine. But that's not. That's why I'm saying this is like for me personally, that's not me living up to my potential.
Right.
That's why I don't want. It's not and as you said, it's not about I need people to think I'm good looking. It's just I won't feel good about myself if I'm going out in public in like sweats and stuff. Like I need to know that I'm having more self respect of like, dude, put some pants on. Like you're a grown man. Like put some actual pants on to go out and to go do things. Like that's why I've always had that rule since high school of like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go out in sweatpants. It's just not gonna happen.
I agree.
You gotta have, and James Bond has that level of self respect. Look at his workout outfits. They're
Top tier,
elevated.
dude. Top
He's not gonna not look sweet.
Um,
And I go ahead.
no, no, you go. I was just agreeing.
Yeah, man, it's just so important, and James Bond is a perfect example of it. Of like, you want to up your charisma, you want to up your confidence, you want to up your ability to like. Let's say you are in the market. We're both married, so we're not. But let's say you are trying to attract like someone to date, dude, how is it not going to help to really start to take care of your fashion and stand out in that way? That is always going to be helpful. So James Bond, I think I could talk about him forever, or you could say three words. Like, the guy is just the pinnacle example of why fashion does matter, and there is a place for it in this genre. And man, if you need outfit inspiration, look, Google James Bond outfits.
Yeah, dude.
You'll be set for a couple of weeks, man.
Especially because he's in every single decade for the last
Yeah,
60 plus years. And to your point, I I think both of us dress for ourselves, right?
yeah,
I
one
mean,
hundred
this is the
percent.
whole thing. It's like, do I dress the way that I dress because every second I'm alive, I think, dude, I feel like I'm in a spy movie now. I feel like I'm James
Right.
Bond. It's not because I'm like, oh, these people are gonna be like, oh, he looks sick wearing a suit. It's like, no, I feel cool. I feel
Right.
like I'm finally, it's like you said, living to your potential. I've got this, and this is where we get into like, does Nathaniel have delusions of grandeur? Of course I do. Of course I do. I want to be an action hero. And we live in a pretty safe world, a fairly safe world. The opportunities for action are few and far between, but I know that when I'm dressed in my suit and I'm in downtown Harrisburg by the Capitol building, these are going to make for some fire pictures for my Instagram because I'm going to look like I'm James Bond. And so it's stuff like that where it's like anything that can help me tap into feeling like I am closer to being the man that I dream of being, this action hero that we love. We love James Bond. He's so badass. He's one of the longest running film characters of all time, if not number one. Him and Batman have been going at it. But Bruce Wayne is also a prime example of dressing to the nines and
Yeah.
looking damn good. So I think it's just stuff like that. It's like, if you're going to borrow from the best, lock into these things. And it's all about the men's adventure fiction lifestyle. That's the whole point of this podcast. I want to do things that make me more prepared for if this ever occurs, or makes me feel more inspired to write when I'm writing this story about, oh, his monkey suit was feeling a little like tight around the arms because his shoulders had gotten bigger from the pull-ups he'd been doing. It's like I can actually write that from like, oh, this is something that's happening to me. Or like, how many classic private investigator stories are like, he wasn't comfortable in his tuxedo because he
Right.
hadn't worn it that much. He was wishing for his regular old suit. It's like, dude, how do you know that unless you're actually living it? I mean, and we talked about before, go explore your area and then go explore it in a suit, dude. It's just like you're in Paris. It's like you're in Rome. It's like you're in Venice. Just
Yeah.
allow your mind to run free with the imagination that God gave you, the imagination that helps you be a great writer, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, dude, you dressing like this, if this is something that is appealing to you and like you watch James Bond, you're like, that's sick. And you actually like start living that out, you start wearing those pieces, it's you living closer in congruence with who you are. And when you do that, that's going to make you feel more alive, feel more connected. So to double down on that, to triple down on that, go to Nathaniel's point of explore your area in a suit, explore your area, and that's one step further. It's like you don't wait for adventure, don't wait for your life to feel like it has meaning, or don't wait for something to feel like, oh, that was such a fun moment. Create these
Yeah,
moments.
for
And
sure.
that's where, like, dude, an assignment I'm giving to myself right now, to you, Nathaniel, to everybody watching, is in the next, because I don't, there's time constraints. I'll give you 6 months. In the next 6 months, put on the best outfit that you want to put on. Doesn't matter if it's a suit. Doesn't matter if it's something like Patrick O'Malley, rugged. Put on the best outfit you want to put on that makes you feel confident, and then go to a local, either a coffee shop or a bookstore, or like even a hotel, or like you said, the Capitol building. Go to a place and have a meal by yourself or have some coffee by yourself. Let's just try to do that, because those moments, those days, man, they feel so good. And if you've never done it, you will see what we're talking about. Like there's power in that. And if nothing else, there's writing juices in that, because
Yeah,
my
for
best
sure.
writing comes out of those days. And it's like, I don't know. That's an assignment I want to give to you guys, because you'll feel kind of the power of dressing well and not just like boxing up your life, getting out and being like, there actually are way more possibilities. I'm just so narrow minded. And I'm
Yeah.
speaking out loud to myself right now, because
Uh huh.
Nathaniel, I called you earlier this week of like, there's nothing to do in winter. I hate winter. I'm always depressed. I get so depressed in winter, and it's like, dude, what if you just put on a nice suit, like you said, the trencher,
Yeah, dude.
when you're,
Gotta stay
and
warm.
go get an espresso in the city. I already have a place picked out in my mind. It's like down where all the courthouses are and stuff, and it's like a
Dude,
courthouse adjacent coffee shop that's got like it's. There was a
I'm
wedding that we went to, and we attended there, and it was so sick looking. And I took the like business card of the coffee place because I was like, I need to come back here for one of those Nathaniel days,
yes,
and
dude.
so I'm gonna go there and do that. And I think you guys should all do that too. But that wraps out what I have to say for James Bond. I think.
Yeah, that's a great one. Um, well said, dude. Yeah, super cool. Great challenge. I'm excited to see people's responses to that. I'll jump in now to this is not
Brad,
necessarily one specific character, but kind of just a whole vibe, and it's specifically from one movie, and that would be Rio Bravo, a John Wayne movie with Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson, cowboy movie, dude. So it's is really just Western style.
yeah,
Love it. Love the outfits in that movie. I think something that's usually underutilized today is a bandana as like a neckerchief type of thing, like wearing
right,
a cowboy shirt or just any sort of button up, rolling up the sleeves, throwing on some sort of vest, and putting a bandana on there, dude. I will say this is one that I've been doing all of my life, but even still now it feels almost it's like can be hard to rock sometimes because you feel a little like all right, I'm just trying to draw attention to myself, which is
right.
not the goal. Like I don't like my outfits to really draw attention to myself because that's not what I'm looking for. It feels almost like forced, but it is a fire look. Um, I think it's also it's been really trending to dress in Western wear the last year.
Thanks to Taylor Sheridan.
Thanks to Taylor Sheridan, dude, for better or for worse. So I think that that's like it's nice because that's definitely one of my niches. I think combining like Patrick O'Malley fits with Western fits into one kind of amalgamation is really
Right.
what I love to do, and it looks great and I enjoy it. But I have been feeling a little more like, damn, am I a hipster? But I've been doing it for a long time. But I hate having that thought cross my mind. It's like, am I just following the trends? But it's not the
It's so
case.
bad.
I think my goal, one of my numerous goals in life, is to be a modern day cowboy, or to carry that spirit of the gunslingers, of the tough men from the old west into modern days. And they looked damn good in the movies. I don't know what it was like in real life, but the movies really captured a
Right.
whole aura,
Right.
and it looks awesome.
Yeah, man, and I think in cooked into this conversation that we're having about the Western wear that you just brought up is there's definitely a trial and error period for when you're getting your style right, and there
Right.
will be outfits where you feel like this is not authentic. I don't feel so good. This isn't right, and you'll kind of tailor things, and you'll learn who you are, who you're not, and that is the ultimate destination. Is like you said, I'm an amalgamation of this and that, and it's like that's where like the true unique things that are actually just your outfits, your style, your thing, where that comes in. And like for me, I no matter what, unless it's like I'm going to a wedding, like I'm wearing my cowboy boots with whatever suit and action
Yeah,
I'm wearing.
dude.
Like I'm I've same thing. I'm very similar to you. I'm mixing the I love westerns so much, so I'm mixing the western vibe and the adventure rugged thing with
Yeah.
I guess more so like maybe the crime noir
Right,
one,
dude.
if you would list it that way. But yeah, a nice like suspenders button up and then like some rugged cowboy boots that are all beaten up as well. Perfect.
Yeah, dude.
That's so sick. So finding your style, finding your blend, finding your voice essentially in what you like to do is going to make you feel extra confident in what you're wearing.
Yeah. And to that point too, this is I know you mentioned earlier. I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing slacks, but this is where jeans can really shine. Cowboys wore denim. It was the original deal. Like that's what they were wearing. They were wearing dungarees in 1849 when they were panning for
Yeah.
gold, man, because it was the toughest material around and it lasted. So I think if you're able to incorporate jeans, and I mean, this comes back to kind of like more James Bond. I think it's what 7 days of the Condor or 3 days of the Condor, whatever
Oh,
it is,
dude, yeah. Seven
dude.
Days of the Condor with Robert Redford's outfit. immaculate,
That's
dude.
a
Yeah,
perfect
jeans and a pea
usage of
coat.
jeans. Yeah, and he also does jeans and a button up and a sweater and a sport coat. So good,
Yep,
so good. So jeans definitely can be worn
100%.
really well if you can figure it out. And I think the perfect way to do that. I mean, my sister-in-law's boyfriend had me for Christmas for Secret Santa, and he got me this sick denim jacket
Yeah, yeah, I did,
from
dude.
I think it's Schaefer. So it's like a real expensive jacket. And dude, a little Canadian tuxedo every now and again, slipping in that denim on denim, throwing on like
Ryan
a
Gosling Drive, dude.
yeah, dude, throwing on some sort of hat, cowboy hat, one of the flat caps like Luke's wearing. You can really start like making some crazy stuff that's Western inspired, but then you add in a touch of noir and detective, and it's like, dude, now we're cooking. We got some wild stuff going on. So I think that, or you just go full on cowboy. I mean, the outfit that I wore for the Vipers and Red Rocks trailer,
Right.
it was
That's
a
my whole summer wardrobe. I feel like it's what you were wearing there.
it was a pair of jeans and a nice like gray plaid flannel, dude. And you
Yeah.
roll that up, roll the sleeves up, unbutton some buttons, show off some chest hair, dude. It's like total cowboy vibes, and it's also can be true to you. You're not like, oh, everyone looks at you like, dude, are you cosplaying a cowboy? And you're like, no, man, this is me.
Right.
I am a cowboy.
Yeah, so for me, dude, summer is when I hit peak jeans season. I wore jeans the other day. It's not like that was more of a joke than anything. I did wear jeans the other day. I will dress up jeans.
Yeah, dude,
90s,
they're
honestly,
great.
the 90s have kind of the coolest blend of fashionable with jeans. Like they'll wear button ups tucked in with the sweaters and the
Yeah.
jeans look sick. But side tangent. In summer is when you go full Western mode, dude, because those guys were working out in the heat. They
Yeah, that's
understood
very
how to
true.
stay fashionable in that weather. I don't wear the same type of stuff as much in the summer because it's just too dang hot. Like you said, the Vipers, I probably worn outfits very similar where it's like jeans, those thicker kind of like shackets,
Yeah.
but very unbuttoned. So you get the tank going, you
Yeah,
get the
dude.
rolled up sleeves every time. And so yeah, explore the Western wear during summer months, and you're gonna reap the benefits of them understanding. Got to work out in the heat, got to stay cool, and still look good. They still had care and pride in how they looked, and people who make the clothing designers who make clothes are in the business of making aesthetically pleasing stuff. So
Yeah, for sure.
like that jacket you made, that's not just like a practical jacket. It looks sick. It's
It does look
aesthetically
sick,
like
yeah.
the color. The same. It's similar to what they're doing here with this jacket. It's like when there's just like a color punch,
Yeah.
it really just looks sick. It just looks very cool. So
Yeah, for real.
look into some Western wear in the summer. That is my
Dude,
advice
that's
to
a
you. Is
great
like,
that's great advice. Good stuff. Yeah, that I think we got to round this out. So everything that we've said so far is very much like, all right, well, it's hot in the summer, dude. Is there ever opportunity to wear shorts? How do I do that? And I think that anything else falls to one man, one master of style, and that is we talked about him already. Our boy Thomas Magnum and Magnum PI, man. If you want, for me, I also I have a really hard time wearing shorts because I don't know who said it. One time I read something or heard something, and the guy said shorts are for either athletic events or little boys on holiday. No man should ever wear shorts. And for some reason, like I said, I literally can't even tell you where it's from. It could have been like an ad, and I just got
yeah,
totally hoodwinked by it. But that's like locked in my mind. Every time I put on shorts, I'm like, dude, am I like 5 years old? Like, what the hell is going on here?
it's
But
amazing.
shorts, dude, Thomas Magnum has got it on lock with the shorts. And you may not be ready to hear this, you viewer. Those shorts are aggressively short because his legs were made for it, dude. He looks like he just squatted for a living because the dude's got the thighs of power, dude.
Right. So you got a few months. Start hitting squats.
Yes, dude.
Now get ready for summer so you're not afraid to wear the shorts. And that one is speaking to myself, dude. I got some of the smallest legs in known demand, so I'm gonna have to really, if I want to pull off some Magnum, I'm always going. I'm definitely still a Magnum guy, but you will, if you see me in shorts, you must be my family member. That must, I mean, like 100%. I don't think any human being outside of my family has seen me in shorts. So that is one thing that I'll have to see if I can train enough legs this winter to get to the summer ability to wear some shorts,
Dude,
I'll let you know.
I'm right there with you though. The only reason I really wear shorts is because I have a very physical job, so I have to wear them for work. But I
Hmm.
just feel like an ass constantly. Like it doesn't matter. I feel like, or if I'm going to like the beach or somewhere that it's like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm at a pool, it's like, all right, yeah, I'm rocking shorts and it's cool. But it's very hard. I feel very out of my element because I like to be at a certain level of style or a certain level
Dude,
of
yeah.
like comfort. I don't know. It's tough. It's also harder to carry a gun when you're wearing shorts.
It's like not wearing your watch. Like for me, like it feels grody.
Dude,
And so it's the
yeah,
same thing when you're
seriously.
not when I'm wearing shorts or when I'm wearing sweatpants or if I'm like not dressed to a certain thermostat in my body of like
Yeah,
that's what I want to be. I want my standard to be at. It just feels not good. And I don't
yeah,
feel as confident. I don't feel as myself, you know?
right, right. But I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. But that's why we got Tom Selleck, dude, to give us
That
that
confidence and
extra
the
boost.
vibes.
And I mean, every single outfit in the show is interesting, at least, if not just an
Yeah.
absolutely incredible masterpiece. I mean, he works in Henley's. He works in the rugby shirts, but he has like a rugby shirt that has like a hoodie pouch in the front. So sick.
Yeah.
He wears jeans really well. He wears suits really well. And he's doing all of this in Hawaii. They were actually filming
Right.
in like 95, 105-degree days. And it's great, great stuff.
Dude, he is, yeah, a serious fashion icon on the level of James Bond, dare I say, but just for that vibe,
Yeah,
for the
for real.
casual man who's living out in the heat, like not a secret agent gonna do tuxedo missions. Like
Yeah.
Thomas Magnum is, I think, the person who really helped me wrap my head around I can wear tennis shoes and it not be like,
A cardinal sin.
yeah, like a cardinal sin, kind of like icky. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
that's
was
very
like
true.
this guy wears sick, like the white sneakers with his lighter colored jeans, and
Yeah,
then
dude.
a shacket tucked in.
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful. Looks
So,
so
so
good.
good.
And I've copied that in the summer as an outfit or two because man, the sneakers are definitely a nice move in the summer if you're moving around a lot. You're going out
Yeah,
somewhere.
man.
The cowboy boots can get cumbersome.
Right. Yeah, dude. And I mean, we should honestly circle back around summertime and do a whole episode on men's adventure fiction fits for the summer. So
Yeah.
we'll put a pin in that because it'll be basically just a Magnum PI tribute episode because
Yeah.
he knows what to do for the summer. So yeah, very entertaining show partnered hand in hand with great outfits. I mean, even like Luke was saying, if you go light wash jeans, nice pair of white sneakers, and then throw on one of those Hawaiian shirts, dude. Unbutton that bad boy. Grow a mustache. Do it.
Yeah, grow
You're gonna
mustache.
be looking sick, man. So I think that that's what everything else that we kind of listed was very more like serious. But then there's like things where you're out and you're like, dude, I gotta have some like I don't know if fun's the right word, but a little more like offbeat than like I'm not the mafia guy all the time.
Right, right.
Although I guess you could say that there are some like mafia outfits where it's like, dude, is he wearing like a fuzzy shirt right now? Is he gonna kill me? He's gonna kill me because he's wearing a fuzzy shirt. Like
Dude,
you never know.
I have a fuzzy shirt. I totally forgot about until right now. It's been a while since I worn it. Maybe I have to break that bad
Dude,
boy out.
I also have a fuzzy shirt. Let's do a fuzzy shirt.
We're going some fuzzy shirts. We'll drop it in the Discord. I
Hell
don't know
yeah,
when you
dude.
can pull yours out, but we'll get those on the Discord fashion
Dude, mine is
channel.
we were on vacation in Tennessee and we went to Urban Outfitters and these were
Hmm.
like on sale. They were like 70% off and it's this blue like fuzzy zip shirt and I started wearing it just halfway unzipped. I threw like
Yeah,
a jacket on top of it. Every time my brother-in-law sees me, he's like, "You really do look like you might kill me right now because you're part of the mafia." Because it's
it's
like it
amazing.
just screams that. So every time I wear it, I'm like, I don't know if this is like this just doesn't. It feels great, but every time I wear it, I'm like, this does not. I'm not sure if this is right. And then I start looking at people and they're like, don't kill me, man." So,
Dude, that's the story of mine was it was Casey's,
oh
and
yeah,
he had deployed, or he was like in training. He was gone in the military, and me and Caden, his brother, were gonna go see a movie. We were gonna see Rambo, actually, one of
dude.
the Rambo Last Blood.
Yeah,
And so we were like, we need sick outfits. And I was like, I didn't bring anything. And he was like, we could just raid Casey's closet. And so, he was like, he is not here to stop us. And so I walked in and we just started taking his shirts. I still have the Snapchat. Maybe I'll send it to you after this.
Dude, let's do
But
it.
it was just me and Caden in his clothes. And we were like, dude, look at my shirt. It's so sick, dude. And I was like, how about my shirt? And then we sent it to him. And he's like, those are my clothes? And I just never gave it back to him because I like that shirt.
Dude, let's go.
If he finds out, he might fight me now, and maybe I don't have that fuzzy shirt after this. But we'll see if I can maintain
Keep the
possession
fuzzy
of this
shirt,
fuzzy
dude. You
shirt.
gotta have it at least for the fuzzy shirt episode.
That's so funny. Yeah, that is so funny.
Yeah, dude. There you go. Now you know
Where my fuzzy shirt comes from.
the crucial aspect of any men's adventure fiction wardrobe is the fuzzy shirt. People have been lying to you. Now you know.
Right. We tell you the truth here. We're also going to tell you the truth about how you can actually obtain some of this style without breaking the bank, because I feel like that's the number one thing people are going to be immediately thinking, immediately saying to themselves is like, dude, I can't afford any of these clothes. They might look
Yeah.
at this and be like, I can't afford any of these clothes that we're wearing. But like, dude, I guarantee you all this was thrifted and found for like pennies on the dollar.
How much do you
And
think
that-
you paid for the outfit you're wearing right now?
Probably like $7 for this bad boy, right? So like 7, 8, 9, 10, because $3 for like the button up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then so 7, 8, 9, 10, probably like $15 at most for like the pants
Yeah.
and stuff like that all together.
The
Though
most-
where it gets expensive is the cowboy boots, because those are just like
Yeah,
actual
that's
cowboy
this is
boots,
what I would
not
also
thrifted.
say. Don't skimp out on footwear. Everything else, dude.
No,
Go to Goodwill, dude. Go to Salvation Army. The most expensive thing I'm wearing right now is this tie. This tie was like $15 on Amazon. This suit
Right.
is $7 from Goodwill, and I looked it up. The brand is right here, and it's
Dillard's, right?
What'd you say?
Dillard's?
Yeah, it's from the Dillard sells
Dillard's?
it, but it's Hart,
Okay.
Schaffner, and Marks, dude. This
Okay.
exact suit, a couple years advanced, is $795, and I paid
Look at that.
$7 for it. It fits me like a glove. Fits me like it was made for me.
Yeah.
The shirt also from Goodwill, probably like $3, like you said. So I'm looking at $10 for a suit and tie, or $10 for a suit and shirt, 25 for the tie add on.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. And that is the biggest point people need to understand is like if you say, oh, I got all this stuff from like Goodwill or something, your original thought might be, and mine definitely was like, oh, so it's going to be like, off brand, or like, is it going to be like not that good?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no. You can find legit suits that would be
dude.
$700 for nothing. It's crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy. So like that is the number one superpower for anybody's wardrobe, is going to a Goodwill or a thrift store near you and just go every so often, because yeah, sometimes you're gonna go, it's gonna be absolute bust, dude, nothing. But you keep checking, you check in every once in a while, you will find some golden pieces. Like in the last month or so, I've gotten a 3-piece, or I guess I'm missing the jacket. So I got a 3-piece without the jacket.
Right.
I'm still looking for the full 3-piecer. But I got like the vest and the pants for a suit. I got a double-breasted suit, the full thing, all within this month,
Yeah,
all for
dude.
under $20.
That double-breasted is absolutely fire.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, iron sharpening iron. I remember you sent me a video of you in that suit, and I was like, dude, this guy's bringing the A game. I gotta step it up. I mean, I like to dress well, but that's what it's about. Like, find people who are going to challenge you to look good, and
Right.
keep egging you on to be better, and go to Goodwill with them, dude. I remember the one gun shop I worked at, we made it a joke that it was Turtleneck Tuesday, and my one buddy was like, I don't have any turtlenecks. We went to Goodwill, found him a turtleneck first try, a sick
Nice.
black turtleneck sweater, dude. It's like, that's what it's all about, dude. Turtleneck Tuesday, bring it back. Let's make it happen,
Yeah. Dude, I love that point. That goes back to never be the lone wolf. Never be like, I got to do this alone. Dude, get a friend, and you guys both be like, dude, we're stepping up our fashion game. It's time to show these people what we're made of.
Yeah, dude.
Because me and Casey, same thing. We are always going to the thrift store together. He was the one, I got the double-breasted out of this situation, but it started with him saying, I was at the thrift store the other day. They did have a 3-piece suit. Let's go grab it for you. And I was like, let's go. It wasn't there anymore, but the double-breasted was there. But like just going there, having fun, finding pieces, like stuff's legit. And then, like you said, iron sharpens iron, just a culture that you're creating. Casey's always going to be well dressed. I'm always going to be well dressed. If one of us is not, just rip on them, just roast them, just bully them into submission until they until they put
Hold
something
up the
better on.
suit and bully them until they take it
Yeah.
from you.
And sometimes I'll be like, Casey, you can't. I can't talk to you in these. What are you? And he'll be like in his slippers, and I'm like, don't ever wear that ever again.
Dude,
It's so
that's too funny.
so it's fun to do it with somebody is the point. And
Yeah, for
like
sure.
again, even from a distance, we don't live close enough to do this stuff together, but we're sending Snapchats back and forth. We're on the Discord being like,
Yeah, dude.
what do you think of this outfit? You know, it's like getting feedback or you know, just being like, I got this new watch. I'm pumped about it. That
Yeah,
kind of
dude.
thing. Like,
Yeah, for
do
real.
it with the community. Do it with somebody. That makes it more fun.
Yeah, 100%. And if you don't have anybody around you that wants to be interested in this, join the Discord because it's called Dress for Adventure. That's the channel.
Right.
Where would you wear for adventure? I mean, and to that point, dude, back in the 30s, people were going on hikes dressed like I am right now, dressed like you are right
Yeah.
now. So, and you're like, oh well, dude, I'm never spending that much money on a suit to go on a hike. Go to Goodwill, $7.
Right.
Am I gonna go hike in this suit because I know it's an $800 suit? Not a chance.
Not a chance.
But another one that I bought that was like $15. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go do
Yeah.
something crazy. So
Yeah, and this one I do that in. Like you said, like if you find
yeah,
one
dude,
and like you go and you purposely buy it for like this is gonna be my Hemingway jacket. You know, I'm gonna
right.
go out and write and
My
get
expedition.
rugged with it. Right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's awesome, and that's what's cool too. Is like once you start doing this, once you start working this into your life, it becomes more than words on the page. This like passion that you have for reading these stories now starts to like overflow into your life. Now like you're like, oh, maybe I should take that concealed carry class that I've always been interested in. Or maybe I should start like I'm looking the part. Now I need to actually act the part. Now I need to go take some boxing classes. Now I need to go do some Krav Maga, whatever it is. Like or now you're like, okay, I look the part. I know how to shoot a gun. Maybe it's time to start writing these stories because that espresso trip I went on downtown, I saw somebody parked in the parking lot and it was a black Suburban and my mind was like, dude, here, they're coming for me now. Like this is it.
Right.
They see me in the suit and they're mistaking me for the spy that's supposed to be at this dead drop and I'm gonna have to fight my way out of it. And so it just gets those juices flowing. It gets you locked into who you becoming the person that you're writing about, the person that you're reading about, just one step closer to these paragons of style that we aspire to be like.
Yeah. Too well said, man. Too well said. I love that. And ask yourself, man, why not you? Yeah, these characters are made up, fictional purposes, but they're believable. These are you could get a certain level of what they have,
Right.
right? You can learn how to box. You could learn how to wrestle. You could, take that firearms class and get super proficient with a gun. There's
real.
nothing like holding you back from being a super well dressed, super in shape, super capable individual. Nothing
Right.
but your mind. And of course there's physical limitations that are holding some of us back in some areas. I've got a heart condition. I've got my own considerations.
Yeah.
You have your own considerations. But for you, there's a way to level up. There's a way to get closer to the action hero that you can be. And that's what you got to do. Nathaniel's peak is going to look different than my peak. It's not the same, but it's not for Nathaniel. It's not for the other person. As we said, it's for you. It's for you to live, your best and truest version.
Right. Dress for
Love it,
the
guys.
job you want to have.
Dress for the job you want to have. The Nathaniel quote of the year right there. I love that. I've been holding on to that since you said it.
Well, I dress like a secret agent or an international private investigator who gets roped into treasure hunts and special missions for the government because that's the job I want to have. So you gotta, there is definitely some of that delusion of grandeur. Like, I mean, that's the point, right? Like,
Yeah, why not have fun with your life?
Yeah.
What
live a
am I gonna
life
do?
that's different than other people. Be different and make the best of it.
Love it.
So to round out this whole conversation for our segment today, we're going to give you guys a character. We just gave you a bunch of characters that have inspired us. We're going to give you a specific character and an outfit that they had in a movie that we've tried to recreate or work into our own personal wardrobe. You can take it away, Luke.
All right, yeah. So the person I'm going to bring to the table is for a specific reason that I want it to be a springboard for you to go down a little Google rabbit hole of some outfit ideas for yourself. But Alain Delon in Le Samurai has kind of the quintessential noir detective, mobster, hitman. He's a hitman in that one,
Yeah,
but like he's got that vibe to him where he's wearing the trench coat. He has it fully like wrapped up tight,
that's awesome.
which is, it's usually open. You see the suit underwear underneath, but he's got it wrapped tight and it looks sick. And you see the dress pants coming out from under, and it's a sweet outfit if you look it up. He's got the fedora, which that's a bridge too far for me personally. I've never worn the fedora. I don't know about that, but
Maybe there's a chance.
maybe there's a chance. But that is such a cool outfit, and Alain Delon himself is a true style icon.
dude.
You scroll through and look at a couple outfits from like Purple Noon, that film, or The Red Circle. Dude, you're gonna get some outfits that are just killer and just timeless too.
Yeah.
You're not gonna look super weird or outdated, even though his movies are from the '60s, '70s, things like that. Dude, he's classic. One of the most crisp, most classic men's adventure fiction dressers is that man.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Well said, my friend.
What about you, man?
I'm also going to go to kind of the crime noir. You
Heck yeah.
posted about this on Instagram not that long ago. It was Point Blank with Lee Marvin. Incredible posters, incredible cover photos and stuff like that. The movie was pretty solid too, but I remember watching it, and I was watching that movie and I was like, damn, dude, the suits in here are just so well done. So that really inspired me to up my suit game, to kind of like they were pretty streamlined and really well cut, well fitting, very classic. Like I think there was a black and white suit with a black tie, and that is just truly classic. But it's like you said, he's doing it in a way that isn't cookie cutter, right? So it's like, all right, well, what do I lock into here that's making it different? Is it like a skinny tie, or this is actually a knit tie? So it's got the
Nice.
woven
The
and
texture to
yeah,
it.
it's also got I can't tell if you can see the cut off end type of thing going on.
Yeah,
So
those are sick.
it's slip in a little something, take what is normal and then add your own twist on it. Throw in a pocket square, have it open and get high waisted trousers, And I think he did a really good job of mixing like just mix matched outfits, like different pants. It wasn't a suit, and then a different sport coat, and then a nice tie or open shirt. Stuff like that is just really cool to work in. So it's seeing things like that really are like, all right, cool. I'm going to lock in. I'm going to change this up, shift things around. And from Lee Marvin, who is also a great alumni of men's adventure fiction, to be sure, and so many good movies.
Dude, yeah. Those were fantastic points, dude. Hope you were taking notes on some of the stuff because those were sick. Just the texture one in particular has always been one of the best pieces of fashion advice I got. I won't remember the channel to tell you. Maybe Nathaniel can link it though. It's just, and he doesn't make videos anymore, unfortunately, on there.
Yeah.
But he's got a backlist of great videos, fashion advice, and he did one video about texture being like what can really set things apart.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, dude, picture gray pants and then picture gray like wool pants. It's like, dude, having that texture, that pop it makes it that much more unique.
Yeah, 100%.
But it is just those little tweaks, and you don't have to get too flashy. You don't have to go peacocking out here to look good. And you look at Alain Delon, you look at the Point Blank characters. It's very simple half the time. It's black shirt or a white shirt, and rolled up sleeves. But you take that care. You take the time to get like a quality shirt from Goodwill, and you're not just like finding the first one you get, but you find
Right.
one that you come across something that's like high quality. It's gonna just make you stand out so well. So don't overthink or overcomplicate or over worry that you're not gonna be able to figure this thing out. Fashion and style and having that kind of like that vibe about you just takes intentionality and care, and you start doing that, you're gonna look awesome, dude. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. You're gonna look sweet.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Well said, brother.
Hope you guys had fun with this episode. I know it's wildly different from what we're usually talking about here. So hopefully it's not just unsubscribe, and hopefully you got something out of it. So be sure to share this video around. Make sure to extra like it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, because I'm sure this video will be polarizing to a certain extent, but if
Yeah.
you understand what we're saying here, it's still aligned. and I know it is. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about this episode.
100%. And it's like you said before, it's all about the comprehensive man, right? Stuff like that really can lock you in. And I think that it's just it's exactly what you need for men's adventure fiction.
No better way to end it right there. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.